The skies over Eos Prime burned red as the Vorketh ships descended. Their vessels, black, jagged crescents, cut through the clouds like blades of obsidian fire. Beneath them, human colonies sprawled across green valleys, unaware of the massacre about to begin. To the Vorketh, it was not war, it was cleansing. "Transmit the message," ordered High Talon Serac, his 4 eyes glimmering with amusement. The transmission went out to the human colony below. A calm voice, perfectly enunciated in English. "This world belongs to the Vorketh Dominion. Your resistance is a stain to be wiped clean. Submit or perish." The humans didn't respond. They were farmers, engineers, families, descendants of Earth's long-forgotten expansion wave. The Dominion's sensors detected no significant weapons, no warships, no defenses. Serac smiled. "Then they perish." He gestured with a clawed hand, and from orbit, lances of ultraviolet plasma fell like rain. The first city was erased in a flash. 10,000 lives turned to vapor. The second burned under atmospheric ignition. Those who fled to the hills found no escape as hunter drones swept through the forests. Children screamed. Adults begged. The Vorketh recorded everything. For them, it was art, a performance of dominance. When the slaughter was done, they planted their banner into the ashes of the main colony dome. "Another feral offshoot removed," Serac declared. "Mark the world as pacified. No survivors." No one corrected him, but he was wrong. A single distress beacon escaped, bouncing through the void. A whisper of flame across the stars. It carried one message: Eos Prime has fallen. They're killing everyone. Tell Earth. Tell them we're still here. And though the galaxy had long believed Earth forgotten, that whisper found its way home. The Dominion's arrogance to the Vorketh Dominion. Humanity was an afterthought, a species that once reached for the stars, then fell silent. Millennia ago, the Great Wars had broken Earth's reach. The old empires of mankind had fractured, their colonies left to drift alone in the dark. The Dominion historians mocked them as dustwalkers, primitive, emotional, and chaotic. They believed humanity was extinct, or so diminished that no single world of theirs held power. In their grand councils, the Vorketh mocked the idea of Earth. Legends, they said. Stories told by lesser species to comfort themselves. When the ambassador of the Terrene Confederacy once warned them not to provoke the descendants of Sul, Serac had laughed. "If Earth still exists," he hissed, "then let them come. The Dominion spans 5,000 systems. We would burn their world to cinders before their fleets even reached our border." And so the laughter spread. The Dominion broadcast the footage of Eos Prime's destruction across the interstellar nets. They called it the cleansing of the forgotten. To them, it was entertainment, a show of supremacy. Other species watched in uneasy silence. The Terrene, the Alnari, the old traders of the Free Belt. They said nothing aloud, but whispers spread. They killed humans. The ones from Solday, quiet fear grew. Because the old stories told of what happened last time someone tried that. But the Dominion, drunk on its power, ignored the warnings. In their arrogance, they mistook Earth's silence for death. They forgot that silence can also mean preparation. The silence breaks. It began with a flicker across the Dominion's border sensors, a static distortion, a ripple across long-range comms. Their technicians dismissed it as interference from a nebular storm. Then came the coded signal, buried deep in a frequency no one had used for centuries. 3 words, in a language few still understood. "We heard you." The Dominion's admirals laughed at the intercepted message. "Primitive defiance," they said, a ghost signal, until the stars began to vanish. At first, 1 outpost went dark, then 3 more. The garrisons didn't report destruction. They simply ceased. No debris, no distress calls, no survivors. Only silence. Scouts sent to investigate never returned. And then, on the border world of Haldron 4, a single transmission came through. Raw video footage from a soldier's helmet before the feed cut off. A shadow descending from orbit. Black metal. No insignia. Then a voice, deep and calm, transmitted across every frequency at once. "This is Earth Command. Eos Prime will be avenged." The galaxy trembled. For the first time in recorded memory, the word Earth was spoken again. Within days, the human fleets emerged from dark space, vessels unseen for millennia. They bore no colors, no insignias, no need for diplomacy. Their hulls were scarred, matte black, with weapons glowing like molten suns. Each bore a name: Retribution, Fury, St. Helios, Gravesend, Eos Memory. The Dominion's high command demanded communication. No reply. Earth had returned, and it was not here to talk. The coming storm. The Dominion fleets assembled. 1,000 ships in the Ravner system. The largest armada in its history. High Talon Sarek himself stood upon the bridge of the dreadnought Obsidian Wound, confident as ever. They think they can frighten us with ghosts, he sneered. Prepare to demonstrate their extinction. But as his fleet prepared, the space around Ravner began to shimmer. Thousands of human ships emerged, their formation precise, almost surgical. No ceremony, no grand declarations, just silence. Then, a single broadcast, cold, mechanical, emotionless. To the Vorketh Dominion. You killed 10,000 civilians on Eos Prime. You broadcast it as spectacle. By the Accords of Old Earth, you are designated war criminals. Surrender within 1 hour. There will be no second warning, Sirach laughed. 1 hour? They will be vaporized in minutes. He ordered all weapons to fire. The void ignited. But the human ships did not falter. Their shields absorbed plasma fire that could level continents. Their railguns tore through Vorketh capital ships like paper. Missiles streaked across space, splitting mid-flight into hundreds of autonomous warheads that hunted and destroyed with unerring precision. When the first wave ended, the Dominion fleet, the greatest in its history, was gone. All of it. Sarak's ship drifted crippled, its engines dead, hull burning. Through the static, he saw the largest human vessel approach, a ship the size of a small moon, its name etched in burning letters, Terra Requiem. A final message came through, this time with a human face, an admiral with silver eyes and a voice like iron. You thought Earth forgotten. You were wrong. We remember everything. The transmission ended, and Terra Requiem fired. Retribution across the stars. The fall of Ravner was not the end. It was the beginning. Within a month, every Dominion shipyard, every fortress world, every relay hub felt Earth's wrath. Human fleets moved like a storm, appearing from the dark, striking with surgical fury, vanishing before counterattack. Entire planets surrendered at the sight of a single human dreadnought. Dominion governors begged for mercy. There was none. Orbital bombardments scoured the surface of war foundries. Genetic warlords were executed via orbital kinetic strikes, rods of tungsten descending from orbit like the wrath of old gods. The galaxy watched in horror as the Dominion, once untouchable, began to crumble. Even their propaganda channels couldn't hide the devastation. Footage leaked. Vorketh soldiers dropping their weapons, civilians whispering prayers to the children of Earth, because that's what the humans called themselves now. Not the Terran Republic, not the Federation, just children of Earth. And they fought not for conquest, but for remembrance. They didn't occupy. They didn't enslave. They burned only those who had spilled innocent blood. And when they finished, they left behind one message carved into the ruins of every fallen world. Justice for Eos Prime. The last words of Sarakin, the shattered capital of the Dominion. Sarek was found alive. Barely. His dreadnought had been captured, his body broken. His arrogance finally bled away. He was brought before a human tribunal. No grand court, no spectacle. Just a plain room aboard a ship. Across from him stood Admiral Rana Holt of Earth Command. "Do you understand why you're here?" she asked. Sarak rasped. You were gone, dead. The galaxy forgot you." Holt leaned forward. "Yes," she said quietly. "We let them forget. We went home. We built. We watched. We remembered." He tried to sneer. "You can't destroy us all. There will always be another Dominion." Holt's eyes turned cold. "Perhaps, but you won't be there to see it." She nodded to the guards. The chamber filled with white light, and the last high talon of the Vorketh Dominion ceased to exist. The whisper that followed, when the war finally ended, the galaxy was silent. The Dominion was gone, its fleets erased, its banners dust. The worlds it had ruled were free again, though many wished they weren't, because freedom had come at the cost of fear. Every species now knew that Earth was not dead, not forgotten. And though the humans withdrew once more, fading back into their hidden systems, the memory of what they had done lingered. Travelers told stories of fleets appearing from the dark, moving without light, their weapons burning brighter than suns. Children were taught a new saying in the outer colonies: "Do not wake the Earth. It dreams of vengeance." And across the galaxy, whenever an empire began to rise too arrogantly, someone would whisper the name of Eos Prime. That single, forgotten colony had rewritten the stars. The return of Earth in the deep void, beyond the known borders, the children of Earth rebuilt what they had once lost. New worlds bloomed under their protection. New fleets were forged not for conquest, but defense. But above the central world, Earth itself, one monument stood, the names of the fallen colonists of Eos Prime, engraved into the face of a mountain. Every year, fleets from across the reclaimed colonies gathered in silence. No parades, no speeches. Just a moment of stillness as the stars reflected on their hulls. Because vengeance had been served. But the memory would never fade. And in that silence, the voice of humanity spoke, not loud, but steady, echoing across every system they now held. We are Earth. We remember our dead. We forgive slowly. We return stronger. Epilogue. The lesson of fire centuries. Later, when explorers of another species stumbled upon the ruins of the Dominion's former capital, they found a single human beacon still active. Its power source impossibly steady, its message repeating endlessly in every galactic language. The recording showed a woman's face, Admiral Holt, her eyes cold, her voice calm. To all who find this, remember Eos Prime. Remember what happens when mercy is mistaken for weakness. The galaxy forgot Earth once, it will not forget again. The beacon clicked off, and the stars themselves seemed dimmer for it. From that day forward, across empires and federations, across thousands of worlds and millions of species, one unspoken truth united them all. Never provoke Earth. Because, even when forgotten, even when silent, even when buried in myth, Earth remembers. And when it returns stronger.